Radio. Okay, good evening, everyone. Shelley Johns here from Gympie. Thank you for being on the call tonight. I just wanted to welcome everyone. We've got Jan from the Gold Coast. Hi, Jan.
Hi.
We've got Tiona. Where are you from? Brisbane, Tiona?
Brisbane, yeah. Hi.
Cool. Lana, where are you from, Lana?
Caboolture.
Caboolture. Very exciting. Lydia?
Billawheeler.
Yay, look at you all blingy, very sparkly. You like diamonds?
Oh, yes. It was very appropriate for the song.
Right. We've got Mervyn looking very snug as a bug in a rug in Canberra. Hi, Mervyn.
Hi, it's blooming cold.
You might run into my daughter while you're there. So she went to the Mint today. So, and I think they're going to the War Memorial tomorrow.
Oh, well, they're down south, we're up north.
Okay. Cool. We have Shinta from the UK. Hi, Shinta. We've got Lynn and Mark from the Gold Coast. How are you? And Lana, I already brought you up, didn't I? Sorry.
Yep, you did.
They jumped around. And we've got Rosemary from Brisbane, I think. Is that where you're from, Rosemary? I think Rosemary's from Brizzy, I think.
She is.
Yeah, cool. And Lindley from Townsville. Is that right, Lindley?
Yep, that's it.
Awesome. Welcome to the call, everyone. Very exciting. I hope I got everyone. I apologise if I missed anybody. So there's 10 people on the call right now. So tonight's call is all about finishing off the month because obviously it's the 25th and we've got about a week to go before we finish June. Okay, so we're halfway through the year and we really want to be able to look back and check our gauges and see, are we on track or do we need to adjust our sales? So I'd love some good news. So welcome Anne-Marie from Adelaide as well. So we've got people from all over the place, including international tonight. How exciting, right? So let's start off with some good news. So Lydia, did you want to maybe have a chat about what you've been doing in the last 7 days? Just got to unmute.
Sorry, I muted myself, girls in the lounge room. So I actually got a new client that I joined last Thursday, so I started her today. So she's had a great day one, and she's out towards Emerald. So how she came through to me was I actually put up a small little ad on my profile on Herbalife, and I just inboxed 3-4 people that were using the products, said, hey, I've had a lot of people, meet their goals with their health concerns, blah, blah, blah. So I have a few spots available working around the kids. So I was just wondering if you could share my post. So what I find with that is comes rapport already without having to set that up because it's coming from a friend of theirs or influenced by them. And then they can tell their story quite easily. And then, lucky enough, it paid off. And, so she came through as a referral via Facebook. So I started her today. I'm hoping that, she'll branch out into the community in Emerald because I do get a lot of interest from that area. And Erica, the lady in Rockhampton, is going like an awesome trooper. So she has got all the reorders from that shake party in Rockhampton. And she's picked up another 3 clients as well, just through using the referrals from those 4 people that she got started at the shake party. And they are all getting awesome results. And Erica herself is just shy of 10 kilos. So that's going to make another Motivation Monday on Facebook and then hopefully branch out from her again. So even she said she's just so surprised how quickly that it's happening just by somebody getting the front line, getting a great result. So all that volume's rising to her. So she's very part-time in the business. So she's just comfortable at the moment working with her centre of influence. She's got a referral coming through from Rockhampton that she would rather me take on because it's somebody that she doesn't know. I'm happy to help out there. But everything's going good. Oh, and I have a thing coming up in the local paper next month. Actually, I was inboxed about a week ago by a lady that works for the Central Telegraph here in Billawheeler, and she has been a client over the years just on nutritional products, not for weight loss. Yeah, and she writes a small column for the paper here, and yeah, sat with an interview with her, and I'm going to have a little photo with the girls, how I've worked part-time for 8 years, you know, how I just answered that flyer in the letterbox and turned it into a business and an income. So that'll be exciting.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Yes, I can't wait to
Yeah.
get a follow-up from that.
Yeah, it'll come up on Facebook, so because she always usually shares the column as well on Facebook. So
Cool. And I was just wondering, Jan and Lydia, with finishing off the month, if I could use your experience and knowledge as we go through the slides on some of the ways that we can finish the month strong. If you're happy to do that, that'd be great.
yep.
Cool. So who else would love to share some good news? I know Shinta had her hand up. So where are you, Miss Shinta? There you are, darling. So yes, please share.
Hi, everyone. Well, we continue with our exercise Tuesday and Thursday mornings. So that was really good. We have more and more people joining us up. And through that, I was actually asked, well, really challenged actually for me to take over a Zumba class, actually, because I'm not Zumba instructor. So, you know, we call it dance class. I'm not really into dancing, but you know, with all the cardio that we've been doing, and when they said, look, you know, just for fun. So we did that, which was good. It's an exposure, you know, to a group of people again. Then, you know, in my head, I'm just thinking I have to magneting, you know, signing up people and, you know, getting Australia prepared for my, you know, for me to do stuff there for 3 months. And through just posting stuff, you know, in a way, just, you know, building up my confidence. I actually have one sign up from France. I have a lady that used to join me in the Pattaya Fit Club. She moved back to France and she said, look, you know, I miss the tea. I want to get started again. So she signed up in France, which was really, really amazing, doing everything online. Then this morning, through a post that I put in Facebook yesterday or something about being, you know, a product lover for 20 years, etc. One of my old friend from church in Australia messaged me and said, look, you know, because I think she's about 5-6 years older than me. She said, look, my weight is creeping up and I see you always looking fit and healthy. Let me get on the products. So another sign up from Australia, see? Magneting it, that, you know, I'm preparing to go to Australia. I want Australian. I want people all over the place. Yeah, so thank you guys. Also from you guys, helping me to change my head. So thank you.
That's excellent.
And just another one, an old client in Thailand. He actually from UK. He just traveled to Thailand every so often and get product from me. And he said, oh, I'm back in Thailand now and I need cookies and cream. I didn't tell him that I'm in UK, but, you know, I have my team in Thailand to, you know, to help me with that. So it's good, you know, just by being active in Facebook all the time, putting that, you know, you are a Herbalife distributor or a Herbalife lover. When people see it, it's kind of like a reminder. Yes, I have to get on Herbalife. Yes, I need that shake. Yes, I need to do something. Yep. You know, like sometimes I did it just for me, you know, like not really so much of, you know, magneting it just to build my confidence up, but it's actually good making people do something. So thank you. That's my good news. Thanks, guys.
That's awesome, Shinta. And I just want to say to everyone, because there's probably some people on the call that don't know who Shinta is. So Shinta's just moved to the UK. She was in Thailand, and obviously you've been living in Australia too. So so basically you live in the UK, you can't do any business for about 6 months because of your visa restrictions so you've got to wait. And I know you were a bit down about it a couple of weeks ago, but all of a sudden you've dusted yourself off and you've refocused, and here you've done business in Thailand, France and Australia, and you live in the UK. How cool is that? So where there's a will, where there's a way, and it's all about attitude, right, too. You're attracting it to you now because you looked at the solution, you weren't looking at the problem. So you found it. So I'm very proud of you. Well done, Shinta.
Thank you.
So is there any other good news? Jan, did you want to share some good news for the week?
Not a great deal has been happening apart from I did have an email from my Lebanese connection, and now Ramadan has finished. They're all getting back on track, thank goodness.
Excellent. Thank
So
you.
I've had some repeat orders.
Oh, that's excellent. Well, I just love that you're just so passionate about helping people, and it doesn't matter how many years we do this, having that same passion and always, taking everyone under your wing. We really appreciate that.
Pleasure.
So, I just
I've got some good news.
Yay! Hey, Lynn. Please do.
Hi.
Hello.
I've had a few things happen this week. We've got a new client. He's known us for quite a while, but he had a health check and his doctor said he had to do something about it. So he's now started his ultimate program. And then we've also had a couple that are interested in the business, which we'll hopefully meet up with this week. And also I'm going to do a skin party with Lana, and we're going to do some wellness evaluations on the 7th. We're doing that. So it'll be good.
Fantastic. That's very exciting. We'll definitely keep us updated on how everything goes with that, with the skin party too, because there's always a lot of people that want to do those.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well done, Lynn. That's fantastic.
Well, that's been recovering in bed, so for the last few weeks.
That's it. Well, it's great. With the portable business, your office can be anywhere you want it to be, right?
Yeah.
As long as we've got a phone and a computer, we can do anything. So now let me just flick through. So is there anyone else that wants to unmute themselves and share? I just wanted to say a big thank you to Rosemary for sharing last week and doing an amazing call for us and really sharing from the heart. I thought she gave us lots and lots of great tips and really showed that passion, that Mark Hughes attitude. So yeah, we really appreciate it. So thank you, Rosemary. Okay, so I'm just going to flick up. So if everyone wants to mute themselves, okay. So if everyone wants to mute themselves, and then when you want to share, you're right, Jan. You can stay unmuted. Let's go on. So I've got to remember the order of the slides. So let me see if I can find it. Okay. So just for some of the people on the call that don't know me, my name's Shelley Johns. I live in Gympie. When I first found Herbalife, I was living in Adelaide, and I was really shy. I was about 20 kilos overweight. Then I moved to the Gold Coast, and then I moved up to the Mary Valley and then to Gympie, which is where I am now. I've been here nearly 5 years, and I love those country type communities, and I love that I can work around my family. Obviously, my situation's changed a little bit now. I have the girls every second week, which has been a bit of an adjustment for me, not seeing them every day, but making the most of the time I do have with them, and I can still go to all their school things. Like I went to sports day, and I just make sure I'm branded and that I'm a product of the product and that I use the products, obviously, and I just do the things that I can do. I don't worry about the things I can't do. I think about what I can do, and I've been using Herbalife now for 27 years. So I just love it. I think it's the best health insurance out there, and I just love that on this call there's people that have been on the products for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, which is really exciting that, Herbalife is a long-term nutrition program. You can use it for the rest of your life, and you'll probably live a lot longer, I think. So, not claiming that, but I'm pretty sure that's what will happen. So let's move on to our next slide. Okay, so closing out the month. So look, I know that I'm pretty sure I'll just check with Jan that June volume finishes on the 2nd of July. Am I correct with that?
Correct, yes. It's a dual month, so be very, very careful when you're placing your orders that you put it in the right month.
Cool. So let's just have a quick look at that, just to explain, because I want everyone to be aware of this, because if you're new, so when the end of month, which is Saturday, 30th of June, falls on a weekend, which it does, falls on the Saturday, Herbalife then does a dual volume month. So you can place June volume, and you can also place July volume on Monday the 2nd of July. Okay, so I need you to be very aware of this. And in new people, especially if you're going for a qualification, trying to get to 35% and finish off your 500 volume points, you're trying to finish off supervisor or maybe a qualification for one of the events that are coming up or promotions. So I know that when you go online and order, a little window pops up and it asks you which month yeah, it's going to be for this month. Do you want this? So make sure you put yes if you want it for that, or no if you don't. Or you can call Herbalife. Look, the last day of the month for volume can be quite busy, so be prepared to be on hold for a bit, but they will generally ask you what month you want the volume placed under. Jan, did you have any extra comments for that one?
No, you've covered it well. You've just got to be really, really careful and know what you want.
Cool. So the great thing about it is if you are close to a qualification and going, oh, I've only got until Saturday, how on earth am I going to do it? You go, I've got 2 extra days, you know, I can do this. So when you're closing out the month, you need to ask yourself, did you set a goal for the start of the month? You know, and if it's yes, are you on track for that goal? And look, I have times when I'm super clear on what I want to do, and then also my focus goes, you know, like I know Jan would, Larry Thompson, he had the wrong film in the projector, and you just lose focus. And you got to put the right film back in the projector or the right DVD back into the player, so that you've got that focus and that mindset to get to where you want to go. So have you spoken to absolutely everyone? I know I did this video on Challenge Yourself Daily about your list of 100 names, and I'm interesting some of the comments on there that sometimes people have. I don't know how to put people. Yeah, they can't even write the name down. They're actually, the fear is even just to write the name down. But remember, it's not about whether you talk to them or not. It's actually just the exercise of making the list first. Okay, that's step number 1. It actually opens up a lot of things. So you just got to trust in the process and just start and just do it. Okay, and start with that list of names. And I know Anne-Marie had messaged and said that she's already got up to so many doing it. I've still got to continue with mine. I've got up to 43, and I've got a few other people working on their list. So it's just letting people know what you do, like, hey, do you know anyone I could help? Or, hey, we're expanding into France, and I'm looking for some people in France. Who do you know that would be interested? Or who do you know in Gympie, or who do you know anywhere, really? It's just finding something that you can have as your project that you could talk to people about. It's got to feel right for you, basically. So, Jan, what would you suggest with a list of names that might help?
Sort of put your thinking cap on, and, you know, who did you go to school with? You know, who do you see at church? Any place that you go regularly, and also just people that, you know, where you go shopping, if you happen to sort of get their names or anything like that. It's a matter of just, like you said, putting names on paper, really. Whether or not you talk to them is quite irrelevant. It's just getting yourself into the rhythm of putting names on paper, because you just never know what's going to happen from writing it down. That's the benefit of writing names on paper. Other things happen from that.
Cool. So how long have you been in the business for, Jan?
31 years actually now, yeah.
So I bet if I sat down with you now that we could come up with a list of names for you, right? Like right now.
No, probably. I have to put my thinking cap on, but yeah.
So it might be some of the shops you've been into that have got different employees there. Yeah, like there's lots of obviously changing. You know, neighbours change, people move in and out of the area. So there's always different types of people. Like
absolutely.
Yeah. So yes, I think, you know, I would encourage everyone to do this exercise this week. Just write some lists. It doesn't have, if 100 is too many for you, then pick a smaller number and just do that and just start the list. I think it's a really good exercise, and it gives you answers that question, have you spoken to everybody? And I can be very honest and say to you, I never speak to everyone. I need to. If I just need to do more, I need to speak to that one more person. And you know, it's not even about the volume points. It's not even about the money and the profit. It's actually about, you know, when, especially even at Fit Club, I'll have some of the mums come and can hear them saying, oh, you know, we're struggling with money, or my husband's working away and I really miss him. It's been hard. Like one of my girls, you know, from Fit Club, she was crying a couple of weeks ago, and I gave her a big hug. And I just thought, you know, there's people that are in pain, different types of pain. And if you don't reach out to them, at least offer them the opportunity. Like, I know if I need to speak to Jess, that this is an opportunity to get her partner back home so he's not working away, and that they can spend more time together. You know, I know with Sam, her husband has enough work, so I know that I could help them. But it's my job to at least offer it to them, not make that decision for them. And too often we make up their minds for it. So you know, and I know that sometimes I do that. I prejudge, or I decide, make a decision, and we really shouldn't do that. You know, start working with your coach. You know, if you don't I don't have my sponsor to work with, so I find other people to work with, and thank goodness for this group, because you guys are my support system. And, you know, and I need you as much as you need me. And, you know, we're one team, we're one family, and we all help each other and work together. And it doesn't matter if you're in the UK or you live in the same town, we all help each other. And, you know, we all need each other to move forward. And you also need to think, have you really committed to the goal that you've set? So is it important to you? So I know if I made a money goal, like a profit goal, I probably wouldn't go for it, because that doesn't motivate me. But it was to really help someone get a better result, help them finish off the challenge this week stronger, and really get, you know, help them get the best results with the product. That probably would do it for me. It would make me pick up the phone and talk to them and say, hey, are you using your products properly? Hey, have you tried this product? It's going to give you a better result. You've got to think about the goal that you've got in mind. And there's a few things coming up. We've obviously got the Kickstart promotion. This is the last month to qualify for the Kickstart promotion, everyone. You should have seen it come out on email from Herbalife, or you can go onto the website, myherbalife.com.au. It's on there. And if you don't have the flyer, it's on Challenge Yourself Daily as well. I've posted it. So this is where you can do a 200 volume points, 500 volume points, or 1,000 volume points on top of your March volume. And, you know, you need to do it this month, because you've got June, July, August. Okay, I did start earlier, so I know I'm on my 3rd month of this qualification. Some people are probably on their 2nd month, and other people are just getting started. So if you want to qualify for this, you need to have a look at what your personally purchased volume was for March. So for example, if it was 100 volume points, then you need to do this month, you need to do 300 volume points this month, 300 volume points next month, and 300, like this is minimum, sorry, not only 300, and then 300 for August, and then you'd qualify for the first pack. If you did 500 volume points on top of that, so for example, if you did 100 volume points in March, then you would need to do 600 volume points in June, July, and August, and you would qualify for the next pack. And there's another one above that, which is 1,000 volume points as well. And then if you qualify for all of the whole packs, then you also, there's a plaque that you can get by helping other people qualify for it too. So I know at the moment I've got 3 or 4 people in qualification for it, so I'm just trying to keep them focused. And sometimes you can get to the end of the month like this, so being the 25th, and go, oh, you know, maybe I'm just being too pushy, or maybe, you know, and I've got to realize that they went for the first month, so I need to remind them, hey, do you realize there's only a week to go? So I've had these conversations last week with some of them. Have you realized that you've got to do it, you know? And you've got to do it 3 months in a row. Are you able to do that? Is what you want to go for, okay? Oh, is that your cat? Did your cat just jump on you?
He wants to be on the call.
He does. Well, we might organise that for next week. So now, the thing is, if you are brand new, or you haven't really thought about your goals and you haven't made one, that's no problem at all. You can make a goal now. What could you do between now and the end of the month? You know, could you go out and do your list? Could you go and talk to a few people, do some 3-way calls with your coach, get 3 to 5 new clients between now and the end of the month, even just 1 new customer, you know, just do a little bit more, upgrade some members onto other products, let them know what's available. Like Lynn's doing a skin party, you know, that's a perfect opportunity for someone that's on nutrition to upgrade them onto the skin, you know, because they're probably using skincare anyway, they're probably buying it anyway. Why not buy it from your store? And they're going to get the best product. It's a beautiful product. It's amazing results. Maybe you need to try some new products. If you're fairly new and there's something you could add in, like an Extra Cal, an aloe body lotion, or the aloe body wash, some of the skin range. Is there any sports nutrition that you haven't tried yet, like the Hydrate, since it's so dry at the moment and cold, and we're probably not drinking enough water? Great way to keep hydrated, and try and upgrade your own result. So try and work on your result. I know that my skin was quite dry, so I've been exfoliating with the berry scrub and then moisturizing more as well. So I'm trying to work on a different type of result, and then show people how they can not have to worry about dry skin during the winter. So just do a little bit more than you did last week. Do a little bit more today than you did yesterday, a little bit more last week than you did the week before, and so on. You've just got to get that little bit better every day. And that's what Mark Hughes always said. That's all he expected. Just try and get that little bit better. And just decide that you're going to do it. Make that decision and just go for it. And the Rolls-Royce attitude is great. I know we've heard it a lot. Gary was a big one on telling the story so well. and I obviously won't tell it as well as Gary, but yeah, he always said that if I said to you that if you went out tonight, so where are we? What time is it? Can't see my phone. So it's nearly 8 p.m. on a Monday night, and if I said to you that you needed to go out and get 10 clients or 10 team members before the end of the night, before midnight, and if you did, I'd give you a brand new Rolls Royce, who would do it? Not even thinking how you were going to do it, or, oh, you know who am I going to speak to? You would go and make it happen, right? You would just go for it. So, and that's the attitude you need to have. You need to have the Rolls Royce attitude. If it's not a Rolls Royce that motivates you, you know, a Lamborghini or whatever it is, that it doesn't even have to be an object. It could be something that you could give or become. But I'm just saying that you need to have that attitude, okay, the Rolls Royce attitude. So even if you get go and do some Googling and get a copy of the Rolls Royce and put it somewhere so that it reminds you about having that attitude. So was there anything you wanted to add, Jan?
No, it's well done. Thanks.
Okay, so I'm not quite sure where the arrows are on here. I'm just sort of winging it. Okay, so the gauge sheet. Look, Lydia and Marcel did a great job on this gauge sheet. And in fact, I like their gauge sheet better. It's got a little bit more things to add on it. And it was quite impressive looking at Marcel's gauge sheet that she'd done when she'd done over 9,000 volume points, I think it was. Wasn't it, Lydia? And it's a working sheet. You want to scribble all over this thing. Look, if you don't have something like this, you can just draw it yourself, but I have uploaded it on Challenge Yourself Daily, and it is available around the place, but if you can't find it, let me know and I'll send it to you. So you basically put your name, the month, and you've got all these circles, so you're in the middle, so make sure you put your orders that you're doing in the center, and if you're ordering more than once for the month for your own personal volume, you need to just do more, you know, underneath it, and you may even need to do more than one sheet after a while. It can look quite messy, but it shows the growth. Then for each client that you have, you're writing in their name and what they ordered. Again, I've got a client that often orders twice in 1 month. I'd write both their orders, and then if she's given me a referral, I'd put that person's name with a line next to it. And so it's like a working sheet. You also just want to write down how much volume you're planning to do each week, because I like to have my goal is always to try and do 2,500 volume points by the middle of the month. That doesn't always happen, but it's my goal, so that I know I've got the rest of the month to build on top of that. If I'm able to. And then you've got your goal of how many clients you want, how many members, how many senior consultants, how many success builders, how many supervisors, etc. You want to have a goal of this is for someone that's a business builder if you're going to be adding in supervisors. Look, if you just want to have some clients and have a bit of part-time income, that's fine. Just put how many clients that you would like and then try and upgrade them that way. You know, you go at your pace and you set your goals. But if you're a business builder, and I'll explain the difference in a minute, I've got the 3 groups and where they fit in. A business builder needs to be setting all of these goals. So Jan, did you have anything you wanted to add to this gauge sheet?
No, you've covered it well. It's just very, very important to keep your gauges. Absolutely. I mean, when I first started, we never, you know, knew about gauges, but we did sort of do it automatically anyway. It wasn't as sort of as well done as this, but we did keep track of what we were doing and our results from that. But it is important to sort of do them, because if you really want to build a team to help teach them what to do, you've got your reference from what you've been doing to show them. And it is, the more you've got on it, the better it is. And then they can see it doesn't have to look perfect or anything, but you've got all the information about everything on that one page, and they can learn from that very simply.
I think because most people are visual too, it's a visual thing. So if you've got it, it shouldn't be filed away. It needs to be somewhere where you can see it in the office or on the fridge or something, wherever you do your work. If you work from the kitchen table, do it there, and somewhere where it's really, really visual. And I wanted to ask Lydia as well. Lydia, say we've got 5 days saved between now and the end of the month. With this gauge sheet, what kind of tips would you do to help someone finish the month off or do, you know, to drive it a little bit harder? Using this sort of gauge sheet?
Okay, so I mean, what I would normally do myself, you know, would be a little bit just before now on the 25th, but is to go into BizWorks. So I always like to keep an eye on things that way. So I sort of go in one way that I do it is just to go into memberships and to find out whose membership was due in the last 30 days or who's advanced, like who will be due in the next 30 days. And then I sort of check them out on the computer and see when they last ordered. Say it was Jan and she hasn't ordered for 3 months. That's a way for me to contact her and make small talk and here you go and blah, blah, blah. I'm just doing my end of month and all the renewals have come up. I'm just letting you know that yours will be up on the 18th of next month. If you need a hand doing that, let me know. They usually go on and suss it out. And then sometimes they go back in there and they go, oh, you know, I might get back on Herbalife. So there can be 50 or 60 volumes there that come through from just a text of a reminder. Another thing is, I guess if you are really goal-minded, you know, by putting out, you know, Motivational Monday, I guess you would, you know, sort of be attacking people, the ones that are getting great results, or even somebody that's maintained their results in a year. If you are on a little bit of a lull and trying to push yourself towards the end of the month, I would usually, you know, contact somebody that I would only contact once every couple of months if they're in maintenance mode. And say, hey, look, it's coming up to your 1 year anniversary and you've kept 15 kilos off. Is it okay if I can advertise your, you know, your photo on Facebook? Because that gets people going again as well. And to see that somebody's actually maintained their Herbalife weight loss, because a lot of people out there go, oh no, we just put the weight back on, it doesn't work. So yeah, it's sort of killing two birds with one stone and getting people fired up. You know, once again, letting people know that you are still active in your business. Yeah, that's sort of what I do, you know, apart from upgrades and that sort of thing, you know, spotlighting products or talking about other products and getting people to upgrade themselves. But yeah, I find that usually works, Shelley, especially the membership, because then people sort of want to keep their membership going and then just make that split decision once they're on the computer and go, oh, look, stuff it, I'm going to put an order in, put me back on the books and start calling me again. I'm going to, you know, lose this weight before summer or spring. So that way you sort of got a newbie again, really.
Yes.
And just ask for referrals.
Yes, which is an awesome at. I just love how great you are at asking for referrals, and it will have to be one of the easiest ways to build your business. So
yeah.
So thank you for that tip of going to BizWorks with the memberships, because I've started doing that and it has been quite effective. So thank you for that tip, because you know, it's such a simple thing. So if you're not on BizWorks, you can subscribe to it. It's is it about $10 a month?
Yeah, $10.40 I think or something. Yeah. Yep.
And it's an amazing system. It gives you so much information, and I would definitely use it as an investment in yourself and your business. So if you're not on BizWorks, and look, even if you're thinking, oh, what do I need it for? I haven't got a member yet. Soon as you get your first either VIP or someone that wants to do the business, you need to be getting onto BizWorks. If you're not sure what it is, then ask your sponsor and they can show it to you. They can bring it up on their account and show you what it looks like. It's quite impressive, and there's lots and lots of resources on there that you can use. And the other thing I love that Marcelle did is she put her weight loss challenge members on this sheet as well, like a list, or how many trial packs she's doing. Like everything was on here, and I know even she used the back. She color coded it to know where people were at in their volume level, and and I think it's great if you can use colors and visuals. Use this as a working worksheet. You need to be drawing all over it, and don't worry if it looks like a mess. It's not a problem. So thank you, Jan and Lydia, for your tips. That's really cool.
With the gauge there, Shelley, like we don't wait for things to happen. Like you'll see on our gauges that we, we'll use colour, like we'll colour in with a fluorescent yellow for all of our newbies for the month. So if there's 4 circles there, we know that we recognise them as new people onto the products. But we don't wait for them to come first. We actually start colouring in because we aim for 7 a month. So we colour them in first. So you'll get the visual up here that I've got 7 circles to fill. Who's going to be in these circles. Don't just wait for Shelley's name to come onto the graph and then colour it in. Sort of get that mindset happening already. And that's why Marcelle does put down how people came to her, whether it's a trial pack, because there's no use Jan starting on a trial pack and then you're interested in what Jan done and then you're trying to sell a program. You've lost them straight away. So if they're familiar with what Jan's spoken about, Marcelle knows that it came through from a trial pack, so I only talk trial packs. So that's just another little thing too. Don't talk anything that they're not used to with the lingo that they haven't heard already from that front person, which would be Jan.
Yep. So keeping it consistent now to find their coach or their person that started them, I think that's really great. And there was one other thing I was going to say about that too. It's gone out of my head now. But anyway, I just think that I love that you use it as a worksheet. Oh, that's right. And doing the circles and then having them with people's names in them, like you said, to preempt that, you know, you're putting it out there with that intention. Is a bit like that movie Field of Dreams. You know, if you build it, they'll come.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so don't be afraid to dream bigger and don't be afraid to put things out there, because that's how the universe works. Put it out and it will come back. So, you know, be really clear on your intentions of why you're doing things. And if you're doing it because you truly want to help those people, it's amazing what will come from that. So, yeah, I think it's really cool. So I love this gauge sheet. So I'd love to see everyone's, you know, even start posting it on Challenge Yourself Daily, how you're using your gauge sheets. Would love to see it. Okay, so I just wanted to explain the difference between some of the, you know, people that you get into Herbalife. Sometimes what we can do is we can get a client and then we haven't identified maybe that they just are happy to be on the products. It doesn't mean that they won't want to do the business in the future, but maybe we push them or put them under too much pressure or presenting them with things that aren't really what they want. So you need to know, you know, who do I have here? Like, are they wanting to be a business builder? Are they an active member where they've got some clients or they're helping some of their family and friends? Or are they an actual business builder and they're looking for that career level income? So for example, if you get someone that's a business builder and you're only just doing their results and follow up and you're not getting them to the STS or you're not giving them any sort of business training, they're not going to grow and they're going to get dissatisfied. Okay, sure, they might stay a product lover, but you need to look at what their needs are and help them, you know, help support them to the best of your ability. So, you know, make sure that they're on a client Facebook group and a team Facebook group. Make sure, you know, the training must be training from the front of the room. So get them sitting at the front. I mean, look, if you're in a small country town and you're not doing these sort of trainings yet, that's okay. Just build them up gradually, get them on these sort of calls and running these calls, getting them involved in the support system, you know, making sure they're going to STSs or the Why Herbalife Now or anything that's available that they can get to, okay? The spectacular extravaganzas, doing their gauge sheets each month and showing them how to build their Herbalife house and use, you know, the events to build their business. If they're a business builder, they need to be involved in all those things. And they might not do it all straight away, but they should be building towards that. So, Jan, what would you suggest? Anything extra for a business builder?
No, you've covered most of the things. I mean, it is a commitment and they need to know, you know, that it is a big commitment because you've got to find out if they really want to build a royalty, because that's what the business builder is all about. Yeah. And a lot of people don't really totally understand the value of the royalty. So it's up to us to help that newer person who's saying they want to be a business builder really understand the work behind it, because there is work, but the benefit from building a royalty income for your future. I mean, it really is incredible what the company has to offer. So make it very clear, because there's nothing better than getting a royalty every single month. And as you move up the marketing plan, not only do you get the royalty, but once you're a global expansion team, you get an extra 2% to infinity. When you're a millionaire team, you get a 4% to infinity, and Pres team, they get a 5% to infinity. So, I mean, it's just so well worthwhile building that royalty income for your future and leaving it to your family. The company is working on an incredible retirement plan at the moment, and I think that's where Jennifer is over at the Chairman's Club meeting, fine-tuning this retirement plan. So I've had pages and pages sent to me recently because I'm of the age and also longevity in the company. So it does happen, and you can will it to your children. That's one of the reasons why I got started in the business. I saw where you could do that. So well worthwhile. So really make sure your business builder really understands the royalty system.
Excellent. That's really exciting. Gave me goosebumps then, Jan. So, and you know what? Can someone get started as a business builder and then decide to be a product lover? And could a product lover decide then to be a business builder? Sure. You know, life happens and those things do happen in the business. But if you know someone's come to you and this is what they're telling you with their goals and they're stepping through and they're doing everything, just give them everything they need. Yes, they could read the career manual. I know Merv, my sponsor, always said, someone could start out in the middle of Australia with nothing and they just had the business pack and they could build their business just with the career manuals and that, because everything's there at their fingertips. So, and I've heard lots of people say that before. So let's go back to a client or someone maybe that's been on the products for retail for a couple of months and then they've just VIP'd. So I'll give you a prime example. I've got Kath next door who's saw my car sign. She started on an ultimate program, then she ordered another ultimate program for her husband in the same month. And then the next time she reordered, I VIP'd her because I knew she loved the product. She's getting great results. She's coming to Fit Club. She just had an eye operation. She came over today actually. And interesting enough, because I said to her, I'll come over and I'll help you with your order. And she said, I've done my order. I said, okay, cool. So she'd actually rang Herbalife and placed the order herself and ordered an ultimate program plus a couple other things. So, which is great, that she's independent. So she's already done 200 volume points, which I know she's already qualified for the first month of that Kickstart promotion. Now, is she someone that's interested in the business? No, but she is talking about people she knows in Mount Isa and other things. So I can see that referrals will come and maybe it'll evolve naturally over time. But at the moment, Kath wants to get a result and she wants me to follow her up and spend that time supporting her and helping her, and that's what she needs. And so I might invite her to a product training or to the our Let's Go July event on the 7th of July, where she can come and sample some other products or learn more about them, sure. But at the moment, this is what I'm going to do. She's on my Facebook groups, she's on the challenge one, doing my follow-up, asking her for referrals, so that's starting to come through. Being subtle about the business opportunity and not pushy. She's coming to Fit Club. I'm definitely going to invite her onto the Netflix weight loss challenge. She's getting her body scan and results done, and I'm about to tell her about the other discounts, even though we have chatted about it, because she's got a full price list like the one Lydia talked about the other week, which has got 25% all the way through. She can see there's other discounts, so we have mentioned it. So that's basically the best thing I could do for Kath, because that's what she wants. But then once she starts giving me a few referrals, I'll do what Lydia suggested, where I help her following up those people until she's ready to do it herself. And then, she can start coming to some of the events. So an active member is someone that we would call a volume producer. They're doing a certain amount of volume. They've got some retail clients. They might have some VIP members and maybe a couple of team members. They need to be on the client and coach Facebook groups. So these aren't ours here, just so you know, there's someone else's, so I didn't realise that on the slide, but that's okay. Learn the 4 basic presentations, so how to do Herbalife opportunity meetings. Look, I didn't abbreviate it, Jan. A product training, the marketing plan and promotions and things like that. Teaching people how to present and learning about it. Inviting to the support system, so anything, your healthy active lifestyle events, and inviting to the STS and then anything else that comes up. But just remember, with your business builders, make sure you're giving them everything. And then over time, your clients can upgrade into business builders, as we've all seen. Jan, you're the prime example. You were a client first.
Yes, absolutely, for quite some time actually.
Yep.
No intentions whatsoever of doing the business.
Yeah, and here you are, a millionaire team member.
Yeah.
Looking at a retirement plan with Herbalife, which is really, really exciting and well deserved. So I just want you to be aware of these were buckets of what bucket or what box or what area you're putting people into. And I'm not saying you're to judge them, but listening to what they want and providing them with what they need until they're ready to go that next step, and then providing that to them as well. Okay, so that's what I would suggest. Did you have any other comments on this, Jan?
I mean, when people come through the products, obviously exactly what you've been saying, you need to walk, slowly through it and just listen to what they're saying. But obviously, if somebody's coming through a recruiting campaign, it's a different attitude towards them as well. They still need to go through all those sort of things as well, but already they're wanting to make income. So some of the attitude is a little bit different. So you need to sort of talk to them a wee bit differently as to what to expect from the business and what they need to commit to for building their business. So, but, if coming from a retail base, this is fantastic. Walking through slowly and helping them see what the company can do for them.
Definitely. And the 3 recordings I have that I find are very supportive in this too is that I've obviously got the product webinar that we re-record often. And that's great to give to clients to look so they know about all the other products. And the other one for a business builder is I have that 2-part training, which is the marketing plan part 1 and part 2. So one's getting them up to supervisor, and then there's all the different ways of going supervisor and building that royalty income. And that's great to give to your team members that want to do the business. I generally send them at 2 different times. I get them to listen to the part 1, then we go over any questions, and then we go to part 2. So this is particularly good if you've got anyone that doesn't live near you. Like I've got Tamara, who is up in Rockhampton, and so I've sent her these 2. So by the time, because we're going to go up in August and do some work with her, hopefully we can do some work with your lady too. We can do something combined, Lydia. I know by the time to get there, she'll know exactly how to go to supervisor in the different ways, so that she's aware of them. Even if she doesn't want to do that, it doesn't matter, at least she knows about it. So I think we've actually got some ways coming up. I'll just have a quick flick through. So this is one that I've seen. Now the amounts might just be slightly different with the price rise, but I just wanted to, I like this sheet, and I think it goes quite well with the price list, so that when you're showing someone that basically there's different ways and different percentages that they can choose from. So yes, they start off full retail in their first month, or until you know that they're a product lover. And then you can show them how to become a VIP member and get the 25% discount and how much they're going to save. So I know that Kath saved $100, but I also know that when she did her order today that she did 200 volume points. So she probably actually spent more than what she normally does. Do you know what I mean? Like, or the same, but she added in more products. So she's actually able to buy more products with the same amount of money. I think she tried a different flavoured shake, and she might have got a different aloe, and I know she got the cinnamon instant herbal beverage. So instantly, if someone is on the Ultimate program, they're going to save $100. Okay, and looking at that as well, if you're someone at 25% and you're trying to get someone getting someone off the program, you're going to make over $100 profit. So that's really exciting. So you can save that money, or we can make that as profit. And then you need to show people that they can do their 35% by doing 500 volume points, how to get to 42% by either doing a success builder order or a qualified producer, and how that happens, and then how to get to supervisor as well. And yes, you can do it over the 3 to 12 months, and that's great for product lovers. If someone's got family and friends on the products, then sure, they can do their 338 volume points a month for 12 months, and they're going to become a supervisor at 50%, and they can just keep doing that. But if someone's interested in the business, they need to get to supervisor as quickly as possible. So if you can do it in 1 month or 2 months or 3 months, I think the average is 3 to 6 months. But if you can do it faster, people will generally do what you do. Okay, so we're going to show you some different ways of getting to supervisor faster. I know Jennifer's really strong on this, and I know Jan, you are as well. So I did supervisor over 2 months. So I did, at that point when I was in the business, it was 2,500 volume points. 1 month, 2,500 next. It's actually 2,000. It's even easier now. So that's what I did, and it took me about 12 months to make the decision. Okay, so don't think just because someone's been in the business 6 or 12 months and they're not supervisor yet that they're not going to do it. It just took me a while to understand the marketing plan and make that decision and build up my confidence. Jan, how did you do supervisor?
I did it once I started the business, I sort of fluffed around for a while, I must admit. But when I did decide to sort of do it more seriously, I did it over a 2-month period.
Yep. Cool. And what about you, Lydia? How did you do supervisor?
So I done a 500 volume point order to get to that 35%, and then I aimed for the 2,500 over 3 consecutive months, and then I used the accumulative, and back then it was 5,000 volume we had to do. I think it was May I joined, and it was within 5 months I went supervisor. So yeah.
So that's that 3 to 6 month period. On average, people will go supervisor, and always let people know the options too. Don't assume that they only want to go here. Just show them so that at least they know about it. So this is a really great thing to give with the price list. And just know that once you're a supervisor, it activates the whole marketing plan. So it's the best place to be. And everyone gets there. It's just a matter of time. Okay. So let's just have a look at some different ways of going supervisor. So this is your 2-month team of 2 supervisors. So 2 coaches become supervisors. So sorry. Okay. So we've got July here. So we've got Bruce and Mary. So Bruce and Mary do 1,000 volume points each. Now they could do that order by order, or they could do the 1,000 at 42% as a success builder. Either way is fine. It doesn't matter how it happens. And then in July, they're actually doing a total of 2,000 volume points. Like this is a really amazing way of going supervisor. Yeah, even if you're not in this position right now, I need you to be aware of it, so because it's really, really exciting. Then let's have a look at August. Okay, so in August, Bruce does 1,500 volume points. He might have done another success builder order at 42%, or maybe he did order by order. Doesn't really matter how he did it. And Mary does 1,500 volume points. So basically, there's 2,000 volume points here. There's 3,000 volume points here. So July is 2,000. August is 3,000. That gives you a total of 5,000 volume points. Sorry, 4,000. Was it 5? Oh, that's 5, sorry. Maths is not my forte, just so you know, but the computer works this out. So this is how the application, supervisor application works. It shows 4,000 on the bottom, and there's always 1,000 on top. So it doesn't matter how it was placed here. This is how the paperwork will show, okay? So there's 5,000 volume points in total. And over 2 months, Bruce and Mary both become fully qualified supervisors on the 1st of September. Would this be correct, Jam?
Yes.
So on the 1st of September, these two are doing their 2-month qualification, and they only had to do 5,000 volume points. They could have done 2,500 volume points each, or it could have been looked different, long as the person on the top has done at least 1,000 unencumbered. So that means 1,000 not used by anyone else for any other qualification under their own ID number, 1,000 unencumbered. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so this is really exciting. I need you to really think about this. Take a screenshot or a photo with your phones if you can, and obviously this will be recorded, so I'll send out the recording tonight. It's a fantastic way of going supervisor. Did you have anything to add on this, Jan?
No, going in a team also, even further down, you know, a line of 3, a line of 4 is always a great way wherever you can. You know, who do you know, and chase the business.
That's right. So great point is that you can add as many people to this as you can, and all it is that extra 1,000. So there's always 4,000 on the bottom, and then they can all divide it. I think the record is 32 levels deep. A line of 32 people went through, so it was 4,000 on the bottom, and then 1,000 all the way up, and they all went supervisor together. It's probably not typical, but it is possible. But you know, the lines of 2 or 3 is definitely very possible. Okay, so always think, who do you know that would be interested in doing this, that's serious about getting to supervisor over 2 months? Okay, so let's go to the next example. Okay, oh, here we go. So this is the line of 3. So July, we've got Jack, Jill, and Noddy. I didn't come up with the names, just so in July they all did 1,000 volume points. So they might have done a success builder order, they might have done it order by order, either way is fine, and there's a total of 3,000 volume points in July. Then in August, again, Jack does 1,000, Jill does 1,000, and Noddy does 1,000. So then in August there's 3,000 volume points, so that means that there's a total over those 2 months of 6,000 volume points. The application shows 4,000 on the bottom, 1,000 each unencumbered. So for a total of 6,000 volume points over 2 months, Jack, Jill, and Noddy all become fully qualified supervisors. Okay, so I really want you to get that this is a fantastic way for business builders to go supervisor. Even if you had a family of people that are product lovers, it's also a great way of them being able to save money, because they're going to be able to eat the products anyway, especially if they've got 25, 30 kilos to lose, they're going to be using the products anyway, okay? So just be aware that this is available, and it's amazing as well, because it allows you to go supervisor instead of getting 4,000 volume points each. So, you know, this should be 12,000, it's only 6,000, it's half the volume, okay? So I hope you are all excited about it. I get really excited when I'm seeing it, so I hope you all get it. Yeah, especially the new people that haven't seen this before. So it's really cool. And if you don't understand it, don't worry. It took me like 12 months to understand the marketing plan. I remember sitting in 3 marketing plan sessions a week, and I had no idea what they were talking about. It went straight over my head. But Merv always said, it doesn't matter if you don't understand, the computer does it for you. It's like, phew, thank goodness for that, because I didn't know what they said. So, but the more you hear it over and over and over again, eventually it sinks in, okay? So I hope that gets you excited about becoming a supervisor. So remember, there are other ways. You can do 4,000 in 1 month, and you can do the accumulated. It doesn't matter how you do it. Always have that aim of becoming a supervisor, because, as Jan said, supervisors have access to royalties. They get maximum retail profit, maximum wholesale profit, access to royalties, and special trainings, okay? So I want to show you how to build your Herbalife house, and there's a reason for this, because sometimes people go, why do I have to do 2,500 volume points a month as a supervisor? Why would I even want to do that? Because it gives you your full 5% royalty. If you only do 500 volume points a month as a supervisor with supervisors underneath you, you're only going to get a 1% royalty. If you do 1,000 volume points, you get 2%, and so on. So of course, if you do 2,500 volume points as a supervisor every month minimum, you get access to your full 5% royalty on 3 levels on all your supervisors, as wide as it goes. Okay, it's unlimited of how wide you can build it. Okay, so it's really, really exciting. So I just want to show you, if you look at your 2,000 volume points as a house, this is how you build it nice and solid so that it just happens naturally. So remember how I said it's a good goal to have it done by halfway through the month, and it's okay if I remember when I was trying to do my first 500 volume points, it seemed like, how on earth am I ever going to do 1,000? How on earth am I going to do 2,500 or 5,000 for that matter? That just seems such a long way away. Just start where you are, and this will eventually build. But have that intention, like Lydia was saying, and Shinta, just have the house there so that you can start filling it in, okay? Build it, and it'll come. So number one is your new retail clients, getting new clients every single month to help with their results. It's should be around 400 volume points minimum of new retail clients, and of course some will reorder and then some will upgrade. Your existing retail customers is here, so these are people that are reordering. They probably haven't signed up yet, so they're still at full retail, and these are the people that are repeating. Maybe they've added in some extra products, and you're waiting for them to become a product lover so that or maybe they don't want to become registered, they're just happy to come through you too, okay? Remember that does happen. So either way is fine. So you've got your new retail and you've got your existing retail, which is about 600 volume points. That gives you about 1,000 volume points there. Then you've got your members. So these can be VIP members, and these can be people that are actively doing the business, okay? So that makes up about 1,000 volume points. These people will mainly be ordering through the warehouse at their own ID numbers, and you'll see it come up on BizWorks, so make sure you keep track of that, like Lydia was saying. But I do have a couple of people that are VIP members that will never ever, they're not computer savvy, or they just don't want to, and they're happy to still order through me at 25%. That's fine. It's fairly rare, but it does happen every now and then. So that counts as those members. Then you've got your existing members. Oh, sorry, these are your new ones that have been, these are the ones that you've upgraded from retail to a VIP member. And this one here are your existing members. So these are people that have been on the products a while. I've got some, I've just had a look. I think they've been registered for 18 years. I've got a few, 18 to 20 years. I know Anne-Marie's on tonight. She's been, she's one of my supervisors, but she's been registered for, she got a 15-year PIN. So, these people love the products. They're going to keep ordering. They might have some family members on the products as well. So make sure you stay in touch, send the customer newsletter, make sure they get their updated price list. Let them know if their membership's due, if they haven't paid it. These are the people you need to stay in touch with, and that's going to be around 400 volume points. Now, the volume points could change. Doesn't have to be exactly all of these, okay? But these are just each of the rooms. So basically, you've got new clients, and then repeat clients, you've got new members, and you've got existing members. And up here is your own personal use, because if you're not using the products at least 200 to 500 volume points, or whatever you can afford consistently to use, you need to be your best customer, and you need to be a product of the product, and you need to have a result that you're emotionally attached to, okay? It helps you to become emotionally attached to the products when you're using them consistently, okay? I know I just love taking the products. I just love it. And you need to have that same passion. I'm sure, Jan, after 31 years, you've got the same passion for the products.
Yep, wouldn't miss a day.
Yeah, I know, Lynn, you've been using the products pretty much your whole life, haven't you? Yeah, could you imagine not having the products?
No, I think I was 12 when they started. Well, I'm nearly 46 now, so I could never imagine not taking them.
So just imagine your clients and your customers feeling the same way that Lynn and Jan feel about the products, that same passion and connection to it. You know, they're out there. Some people just don't know about it yet. So make sure you're leading by example. Okay, so this becomes your Herbalife house, even though the volume might be slightly different. And then you're obviously upgrading some of your members. You know, they are wanting to become success builders and senior consultants and supervisor and qualified producers. So as soon as they become supervisors, this is when you can add the garage onto your Herbalife house, and this is where the royalties come from. So this is upgrading people to, like I said, new success builders, new supervisors. You saw on the gauge sheet there was a goal where you could write how many of those people, or like Lydia and Marcel do, they color code everything so they know as people are coming through, and they're probably even projecting that as well on bringing that in, as you know, assuming that they're going to get it. Of course, it makes it come. So make sure you're doing all those things. Okay, so basically the garage is upgrading people and letting them know what their options are. Don't assume, just let them know what's available and show them the different ways of getting those high discounts and what the benefit is. And I know that Mark Hughes always said, it's like, what's in it for me? So it's not in it what's in it for me, what's in it for them. So you need to do it because it's for their best interest, not because you want to make more money. It's what's in it for them, and show them why they would do it and why it is good for them and their family. Okay. So Jan, did you have any comments about this?
No, you're fine, Dom. Yep.
Okay, so we're about to wrap up. So okay, so what's next? Obviously we've got our team call next Monday night at 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So put the alarm on, make sure you're sharing it with anyone that needs that extra support. Obviously it's recorded, so if someone's working and they can't be on it, you know, you can send them the recording. It goes in the comments section, which I'll convert after this. You've got your local Herbalife opportunity meetings. I didn't abbreviate it, Jan, see? Fit clubs, weight loss challenges. Look, if you don't have them in your area, start doing them. Just start small and step out and start making it happen, okay? I know you probably send the Why Herbalife now. I know I put in for one and we didn't get it. Doesn't matter. Let's not wait for someone to do something for you. Just start doing it yourself. Even if you're scared, just do it anyway, okay? Just feel the fear and do it anyway. You've got July kickoff events. I know we've got Let's Go July here in Gympie. So definitely put all of those on. Challenge Yourself Daily. I know the Gunner for email Master Blast will go out, and also Herbalife obviously promotes it on Queensland STS and other events. The Kickstart promotion, this is the last month, guys. So make sure, look on your BizWorks, decide whether you're going to do it if you haven't. I know I've got a little bit of volume to do. I think we've got 600 or 700 volume points to do before now and the end of the month for my personally purchased, because I think ours was 1,600 and something, so it's 1,800 and something I've got to do. So I've got a little bit of work to do for that, but that's okay. So just keep focused on your goals and why you want to do it. And you know what? It's definitely possible to do the Kickstart promotion with 5 days to go, but make sure anyone that's done their first and second months, you're helping them to complete it, okay? Then we've got the World Team Leadership Weekend on the Gold Coast on August 25th and 26th. You've got Quentin Revere as the special guest. It's going to be an amazing weekend. Congratulations to the people that have qualified. So I know we've got Jan, Lydia and Marcel, you have qualified. Yep, so is there anyone else on the call that's qualified that we can recognise? Just flicking through because I can't see everyone. So just PM me if you have, just so I can do some recognition for next week as we're leading up to that event. So Jen, I just wanted to double check, is there anything that I've missed for promotions?
No, you've covered it well.
So we've had a lot of things going on. I know they've just been finishing off the Why Herbalife now,
yeah,
and the Dr. Darren Burgess tour as well, which is really cool. So I think we've finished. We're just a couple of minutes over time. Let's finish off with a Mark Hughes quote. Mark Hughes said, "It's simple. If I can do it, you can do it too." So just keep everything simple. Be authentic. Be yourself. And you know what you put out, you attract back. So you know, just go out and give it your best for the next few days until the end of the month, and we can't wait to hear all the good news next week from what you achieved with that. So thank you, Jan and Lydia and Lynette for sharing as well your good news and what's been happening all around. Now, was there anyone wanted to add anything before we wrap up? No, we're done. Okay, well, I hope you got a lot of value out of that. We're going to convert the recording. I'm just trying to finish recording, but it's not coming up. I don't know why. What I've done. I'm just going to stop the sharing and then stop recording. So hang on 2 seconds, guys.